The Spiker Box is a low-cost, effective bioamplifier that can be used to measure the neural activity of certain invertebrates such as cockroaches and crickets. The Spiker Box works as well as other, more expensive bioamplifiers and shows neural activity by displaying spikes or action potentials when plugged into an iPad or laptop. Upon completion of your very own Spiker Box, you will have the chance to create your very own experiments, and you will have unlocked a way to increase your understanding of neural activity exponentially.
Hi, our group is Autumn,
Nishath,
and Mackenzie.
and we're going to teach you how to build the Spiker Box. For a more detailed version on how to put the box together, go to backyardbrains.com.
Soldering can be fun, but you have to do it the right way for the box to work. Here are some tips and tricks that helped our group solder easily and efficiently. First, make sure you don't burn through the board. Your Spiker Box will not work if the assembly board is burnt. Next, clean the soldering iron on a wet sponge after you use it. Do not inhale the smoke because you will start coughing. If you don't clean the iron, you will not get the right amount of solder on your box. This also helps you see exactly what you are soldering. Make sure you take your time. If you don't, you could burn someone or the board. The last tip is to wait until everything is placed before you solder. This makes it easy to figure out what has been soldered and what has not.
So here is the order at which we will put our parts on. If you want, you can change it up, but we found this way sufficient and easy. First, we installed the audio line. Next, we installed the power switch, followed by the LED light. After that, we identified and installed the resistors. To do this, we matched the resistors with the coordinating color on the PCB board. Identify and install capacitors. Match the capacitors with the 3-digit code that appears on each cap. Install the chips and chip holders with the circles facing towards the LED light. Next, install the battery connector. After that, install the speaker connector. Make sure you solder all the pieces on the back. Use the tips for soldering to help you do it the correct way. Install the battery, then turn the power switch on and see if it lights up. So now we are finished with assembly of the PCB board.
We are going to build the speaker and electrode. We are going to be dealing with wires, so here's what you need. You will need the audio wire, the RCA connector, the speaker wire, the speaker connector, the list of materials you received from the Spiker Box packet. But for these steps, you will also need the solder iron, the solder, and a wire cutter and a wire stripper. We are going to first take the audio wire and the RCA connector. So first, you're going to split the strip of audio wire. After this, you are going to then place the stripped sides into the RCA connector. Go ahead and solder the wire into the RCA connector. A tip, the wire can face outward. We now are going to work on the speaker and the speaker wire. So cut the strip of the speaker wire, then solder the wires to the speaker connector.
Next, take the other end of the speaker wire and solder the sewing needles onto them.
It's time for the final assembly. This is by far the simplest part of the Spyker box. After these quick steps, you will be able to experiment and play around with your Spyker box. For this, you are going to need the rest of the parts given to you by the Backyard Brains company. Here's a list of what you should have: 4 screws and screw caps, the 2 sides of the Spyker box, the clear tube or tubes, the 2 needles, and the cork.
To start off, first take the clear tubing and cut it into 4 1-inch pieces. Next, after that, you will take the 4 screws and place them through the enclosure and PCB boards. After this, place the tubing on each of the 4 screws. After this, put the speaker in the speaker hole on the Spyker box by pushing on the back. After this is complete, put the RCA connector in the audio hole. Screw on the top part of the Spyker box by tightening the bolts. After this, place the cork on the plastic top.
You are done. Make sure your Spyker box works, and if it does, go on to the experiments. Thank you for watching.